That doesn't help with the ongoing drought, and it doesn't help with the ongoing marsh fire that's happening right now in New Orleans East. You might smell that kind of burning tire smell in the metro area. This is actually not giving us any air quality alerts. Actually, air quality is in the good to moderate range, which is what we basically see on an average day in New Orleans. But still, just to be extra careful, if you happen to have heart or lung disease, try not to do some really strenuous outdoor activities today because the smoke plume is really prevalent over the metro area. St. Bernard, Orleans, and northern Jefferson Parish, seeing this smoke plume kind of just creating a nasty smell over the region today, over the city especially. So just kind of take it easy, try not to overdo it outside. You might notice some haze kind of settling over the city, but overall it is blue sky, but you can kind of notice that little low-level haze from the smoke from that marsh fire. That's what we have going on today. Otherwise, the weather is going to be quiet. We'll have this warming trend underway. So yes, if you enjoy the cooler weather, soak it in now because it is going away. As I mentioned before, we're going to trend dry all the way through the middle of next week, but we do have a beautiful weekend in store. This morning on the North Shore, we woke up to some frosty spots below freezing in Bogalusa. We saw 29 this morning for a low temperature, 30 in Slidell, 31 degrees along I-55 from Macomb to Hammond, and even 30s in Homa. 40s mostly south of the lake, but still very chilly everywhere to start the day. But as we go throughout the afternoon, we'll see lots of sunshine. Temperatures a bit more mild this afternoon. We should get into the mid 60s. We have a beautiful Thursday afternoon on the way. Clear skies tonight will be in the 50s. This evening, it's not going to be as cold heading into tomorrow morning. And you notice it's much more mild this afternoon than yesterday afternoon. That will continue to be the trend as we go into the weekend next week. It's going to be pretty warm once again. 67 for a high today, maybe in New Orleans, 68 in Belle Chase, maybe some lower 70s in our lower bayou parishes this afternoon. Mid 60s on the North Shore. And tonight it's still going to be nice and chilly, but not as bitter cold as yesterday morning. We should stay above freezing on the North Shore, probably some upper 30s and lower 40s. And then South Shore will likely get back into the 50s into tomorrow morning. So here's a look at Friday morning's low temperatures. Don't have to worry about dipping below freezing on the North Shore. Probably seeing 45 for a low in Covington tomorrow morning, and then you notice 50s, much more milder on the South Shore getting into tomorrow morning. But 50s, that's pretty cool even to start Friday. Still nice and refreshing weather is going to stay with us the next couple of days. Even through the weekend, we'll be back in the upper 70s Saturday and Sunday, and then check out Monday and Tuesday of next week, climbing right back into the 80s. So we're getting the best of both worlds. We're going back and forth. And we are going to stay nice and dry as well, which is really actually not too nice since we need to battle these drought conditions and these fires. Maybe next weekend, the model's hinting at some showers coming our way, but at least from now until next Wednesday, not seeing any rain coming our way. Look at the tropics, and the Gulf of Mexico is going to stay pretty quiet over the next week, probably for the rest of the season. Season ends on November 30th. No tropical threats coming our way. There is just one little spot to watch in the southwestern Caribbean, has a low chance for development. It might bring some higher rain chances towards Central America this weekend, and that's about it. The rest of the Atlantic Basin is going to stay quiet over the next 10 days. Here's your 7-day forecast. Don't forget this weekend, daylight saving time comes to an end 2 a.m. Sunday morning. We do get one more hour of sleep, but we have that earlier sunset, so a little bit less daylight for us to enjoy, but the weather looking really wonderful. Just look out for the smoky haze, that foul smell today from the marsh fires. Temperatures back into the 70s tomorrow afternoon, upper 70s this weekend, plenty of sunshine. Mornings still stay nice and comfortable, but we will rather get back into the 50s, I should say, this weekend, and then 60s into next week for our low temperatures on the South Shore. North Shore low temperatures also not as chilly. We'll probably say goodbye to the upper 30s, maybe some isolated upper 30s tomorrow morning, and back to the 40s and 50s by next week.